So, Helen,
Tell me.
you just came back from vacation.
I just came back from
Yes.
vacation.
How was it?
Oh my God, it was
Yeah.
amazing.
You didn't go far. I mean, you went far, but you stayed in the
I
country.
stayed in the country. I went to Vancouver
Yeah.
to see my very good friend Juliana. You guys
How
maybe remember her. She was our very first
she
guest.
was.
Yes, and it was a very special travel because I haven't traveled in a while.
Yeah.
Last time I traveled was February 2025. We went together to Ottawa.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like travel,
Yes.
including plane and stuff.
And it was Ottawa.
And it was
It was kind of,
like practically next door
yeah, yeah.
because
Like an hour flight.
because our camping trip, it was like further,
Way
way
further.
further.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So the trip to Vancouver was just awesome. And every time that I go to Vancouver, and I can say now every time because I've been there 3 times already, every time I go there, it feels like I'm home because this is a
Mm.
huge city by the water, and they have a very big commercial port.
Yeah.
And we do have a port in my home city. So whenever I'm in Vancouver, you go to the harbor front and I can see the docks, I can see the big ships, I can see the port cranes, I can see the seagulls, and I can smell the ocean.
It
This is the
does
thing.
it remind you of your
It
home?
does remind me of my home
Okay.
so much. The first time when I went there, I was just flabbergasted, like how the memories just flooded my mind. I could close my eyes, I could hear like the waves, and I could hear the seagulls and the smell, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm home. This is
It's
gorgeous.
crazy how smells
Yes.
can really trigger memories
Yeah.
and sights and things too, right?
That is so
Yeah.
true.
That's
Like, flashbacks.
yeah.
Like you smell something and it's like an instant flashback
Yeah.
to some situation or some special place.
Yeah.
I love to call these things anchors for the smells and for the songs, especially.
Oh,
Like when you hear some song and it instantly like brings you back to some situation or to a certain period of your life
that's a
when
good
you
way to
hear
think
this,
of it. An anchor. Yeah, that's a good
it's
way to
like
think of it.
anchors you back.
Yeah, yeah. Was there anything fun that you did while you were there?
Yes. So for the first time in my life, I went snowboarding. I did go snowboarding, and it was the highlight of the trip, honestly. I mean, I was very happy to spend some time with my friend because
Yeah.
I don't get to see her that often now. But the snowboarding trip to the mountains was just amazing. I have never ever been to a ski resort before.
Oh,
So
okay.
in Ukraine, we do have a ski resort because we do have the mountains, the Carpathians,
Yeah.
in the western part of the country. But I have no idea why. Never ever in the 30 years that I've lived in Ukraine, I went skiing or snowboarding. I don't know.
And in the mountains there, they do have ski
They do
resorts.
have ski resorts, like
Okay.
very good ski resorts, like, luxury level ski
Yeah,
resorts,
yeah.
like all of kinds of them. I've been to the Carpathians so many times, but always in the summer, never in
Ah,
winter. Yeah.
okay. So
So,
how was
so
snowboarding?
snowboarding was, I do not know what I was expecting,
Yeah.
but it was so far away from what I expected. I don't know.
What were you expecting?
That's the thing. I can't say that I thought that like, oh my God, it's so easy. Like, look at them. You just like stand on the board and you just like go
Go
downhill.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, like, whoops, could it be difficult? No, that's not what I thought. I was like, okay, it looks dangerous. First, my thought, I thought that it's dangerous and that it is hard to like keep your balance, and also having both of your legs like strapped to the board and you're not able to like,
Mm-hmm.
balance out like when you're falling or something. That was my biggest like fear and concern.
Yeah.
But it turned out that it is way more difficult than this. There are so many different things to take into
Yeah.
consideration. And I did not know that when you are the beginner, you don't go downhill like on the side, like the
Too
cool
fast. Yeah. Yeah.
skyboarders, oh my God, snowboarders do. You go like front,
Yeah.
and like you go like on the side of the snowboard.
You
I mean,
angle backwards, you angle
exactly.
forwards.
So when you're going forwards, you're going downhill, and then you angle backwards, like you stop.
Stop.
Yes. But also, what I really like, the safety, because you wear tons of gear under your snow pants to
And
protect
padding.
your knees and to
Yeah.
protect your pelvic area and the coccyx and all of these
Hmm.
things that are very important. So it wasn't scary to fall,
Okay,
to be
that's good.
honest.
That's
Yeah.
good. Uh,
So I really loved it. And so Juliana, my friend, she's been snowboarding for forever
I
since she was a
remember
kid.
when we talked to her, she was talking about that.
Yeah, so she's very good at it, and she told me that I'm a natural.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
so I did pretty good job. I'm
Yeah.
very proud of myself. Yeah, after a couple of slides or
Hmm.
going downhill for a couple of times, I was able to control my falls.
Yeah.
This is the very important thing. The falling was very controlled.
Yeah.
And also I was able to like maneuver the snowboard like wherever I want to go.
That's
So
great.
that was like big win for me.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed.
I've only gone snowboarding once, and I actually learned how to ski before I learned how to snowboard. So I only snowboarded once in
Uh-huh.
my 20s at a ski resort in Korea. So I spent a weekend snowboarding, and I did not like it. But that's because I think because I learned how to ski first.
Uh-huh.
So I was more used to skiing and having two separate, having control of my
Of
feet.
your legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not attached to each other on one board. And I fell so much that just the first day, I fell on my butt so
Hmm.
much that it was painful. Like I couldn't even sit
Were
properly.
you wearing the padding and
No.
oh, okay.
So,
That's why.
yeah, like
Because
that's a big mistake.
yeah, because that gave me a lot of confidence that I
Yeah.
had this like Kim Kardashian padding like in the back, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But what about skiing? You do enjoy skiing.
I do. I like skiing. I haven't skied in a really long time, but I did ski when I was younger and I enjoyed it.
Maybe next winter
Yeah,
we
we
should
should
go
try.
to Blue Mountain.
We
No, no,
could try.
no.
We could
Yeah,
try.
because I promised to my friends that, like, okay, guys, I'll be back in winter for the actual season, not like for the whole season, but
Hmm.
I'll be back. Yeah.
Nice,
So
nice.
that was awesome. And I'm in Vancouver. There are
Oh,
mountains
it's
everywhere.
beautiful.
Like you walk outside of the house and like you see mountains in the distance.
Yeah.
You walk in the downtown and you see in between the skyscrapers, the mountains are peeking at you. Like,
Yeah.
huh?
That's something
It's
that
like,
we
wow,
definitely miss here. Yeah,
definitely.
everything is flat. There's just the lakes,
Yeah,
ocean, no
yeah.
mountains.
We miss the ocean, we miss the mountains, we miss everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And the blossoms, because right now we're in the middle of April. It's almost the end of April.
Hmm.
In Toronto here, the trees are bare. There are no flowers,
Still, yeah,
nothing. But in Vancouver, it's all in blossom. Cherry blossoms
pretty
everywhere, magnolias, flowers, tulips, not dandelions. Oh my God, daffodils all
nice.
over the place. So it was amazing. Yeah. So
Nice.
I've spent some time in the snow, but you have spent some time in the sun, basking in the sun.
That's right.
So tell us about your
Yeah,
vacation.
we haven't seen each other in a little while because we were both kind of traveling and
Mhm.
going on trips and things. I actually made two trips since I guess we last talked. The first one was I went to Montreal for
Oh,
a
the
weekend.
curl. Yes, the
Yeah.
curling. Tell us about the
So
curling.
I went to Montreal to visit my family. I went
Hmm.
with my sister, so we just spent a weekend hanging out, going to good restaurants. Like restaurants in Montreal are amazing.
Yes.
I just the food there is great. Greek food in particular and Middle Eastern
Uh-huh.
food is really great. Like Lebanese is really good. So we had Greek food, we had Lebanese food, we had a whole bunch of other things, and we went curling. So my aunt is in a curling league or a
Hmm.
curling club, and she has practice every Sunday. And so
Hmm.
she asked us if we wanted to go and try. And so I had never tried curling before, and I was always curious as to, how do you play? Is it really just sliding a
Just
rock
sliding
on the
and like
ice and
mopping the
squeak?
ice. Yeah.
Exactly. But it's a pretty it's fun. It's really fun. So you have to learn the proper stance, and it really is balance and
Hmm.
aim and working together with your team to make sure that it's a lot of communication, right? Because you have you who's one person who's
Uh-huh.
pushing the rock, and then you have the other people who are sweeping or not
Okay.
sweeping based on how slippery or how far you want it to go.
So, did you pick up any curling slang? Like when you communicate with your team, is it something
No,
like blah blah blah, and the person knows that like they have to sweep like the right side?
there are terms. We didn't actually get to play a game because my sister and I, we just took kind of a beginner's lesson,
Uh-huh.
and it took a while for us to get it down, like the actual sliding
Uh-huh.
down, so that we spent most of our time practicing. We didn't actually do the sweeping thing. It was more other people that were doing it, but we weren't playing an actual game.
Okay, I see. You left the dirty job for other people.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The
like
fun, I was
it's
doing the fun stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, but it was
Is
so
the
fun.
rock heavy? Can you actually like lift it if you want to?
Nobody actually lifts the rocks. You just slide them around. They stay on the ice and you kind
Uh-huh.
of kick them around or move them around with your feet or your hands.
Uh-huh.
So I'd never pick them up. It seems heavy
But
though.
it does seem
It
heavy.
does seem
Like,
heavy.
okay.
Yeah. So that was really fun. That was a really great experience to the point where I do want to join a league or something here. I actually
Did
looked
you
into
check?
it.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I looked into it, and I guess because the Olympics just finished, curling is a pretty popular thing right now. So everything is, and the season is ending, but
Yeah.
everything is pretty much full. Even
Mm-hmm.
just to go for one day, the
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
times are all booked.
I see.
So I might have to wait until next season,
I-
but it would be really fun to do.
Yeah. Is there something like a wait list or something that you can just like sign up and be
Maybe.
like, hey, I'm waiting.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
really want to do curling,
I know.
please.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't look too deeply into it. I just kind of did a couple of Google searches, but I'm sure. I'm sure you could. So
Nice.
hopefully, in the next few months,
Okay.
I would
Yes.
definitely want to try that. So yeah, Montreal was great. It was a lot of fun. And a couple weeks after that, I went to the Caribbean.
Oh my God, dream.
I went on a
Goals, goals, goals,
Yeah,
as
I
they
w
say.
I went on a Caribbean cruise. It was my first time doing a Caribbean cruise.
Uh-huh.
I had only done a cruise a couple of times in my life. One time I went to Alaska when I was young, which was amazing. And then last year I did a European cruise, which was amazing as well. And the Caribbean cruise was fun. It's different because, you're not really sightseeing.
Mhm.
You're just going to the beach.
Yeah, but you're sightseeing the beaches, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
when you're going to a European cruise, you're sightseeing the cities and the ports, and here you're sightseeing the beaches, like
very true.
rating,
Very
ranking the
true. And
beaches.
some of the beaches were good. Some of the beaches were,
What countries did you guys visit?
oh my gosh. Okay. So we started in Miami, and then that was the port. And
Uh-huh.
then we went to Dominican Republic. Uh, then we went to San, the city of San Juan.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to the Virgin Islands, the US
Nice.
Virgin Islands. And then the last stop was the Bahamas,
The
and then back to
Bahamas.
Miami.
Oh, yeah. It's
My
like, the beach hopping.
beach,
Instead of bar hopping, it's like the beach hopping,
that's
going straight.
exactly what it was. So we stopped at a port. We would just get off the boat, go straight to the beach, hang out at the beach. I just snoozed, I tanned, I read my books, listened to music, swam. I went snorkeling at a couple of the ports.
Snorkeling.
So, a couple of the ports, there are well-known areas that are
Mm-hmm.
great for snorkeling, and we have our own snorkeling gear.
Mm-hmm.
So we went snorkeling. I saw some turtles.
You saw the turtle.
I
No.
saw a turtle.
Was it big?
It was it was pretty big. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Where did you see the turtle? At what country? What beach?
It was, I believe, the Virgin Islands, I want to say. I can't remember exactly.
What is a very famous? Oh, that's the Galapagos Islands.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Far from where I
Mm-hmm,
was.
mm-hmm.
But
The turtle was lost,
yeah,
maybe.
I was snorkeling and, lots of fun things to see. There were fish and corals and all of that stuff. And then, yeah, as I got further out, I was getting a little bit more confident with my swimming. So I went further out, and then I saw a turtle just hanging out, just chilling at the bottom there. And he didn't see me, or she didn't see me. I have no idea.
They didn't
They
see
didn't see
you.
me. So they were just hanging out there. And then it saw me. And then I think it got a little bit spooked because then it started moving.
Moving.
And then I got freaked out. And we were making eye contact. We were just looking at each other, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna leave you alone." So then I left.
And both of you were probably like, "What are you doing here? What
What
are
are you
you
doing
doing
here?
here?"
Exactly. It was so funny. So, yeah, that was my interaction with a turtle. We scared each other, and then I left him in peace.
Oh,
And yeah, it was great. And then the last stop was a
in the
private
Bahamas.
in the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
It's a private beach resort that's owned by the cruise line.
Mm-hmm.
And it was everything. It's gorgeous. It's so well kept. The beach, it's what you picture like you when you look at a postcard and you see a Caribbean beach, just white sand,
Like a paradise.
turquoise water. It was so beautiful. And that day we just had perfect weather. It was not too hot, not too cold, sunny, and gorgeous. So we had, and because it's a beach resort that's owned
Mm-hmm.
by the cruise line, everything on the beach is included, basically. So they have towel service, they have ice cold water everywhere you go, they have beach bars where you can use your bar tab
Mm-hmm.
from the
From the
cruise.
cruise.
All the food is free, and the food is amazing. It's Caribbean food that they
This is
have.
so
It
convenient.
was wonderful. Like, it was so, so fun and so relaxing. Definitely much needed. I just really
Mm-hmm.
needed to kind of get away. So the timing couldn't have been better. I was starting to, I don't know if you remember, but right before I was starting to get really agitated
Yes,
by the
I
weather.
remember.
Just it would the weather was starting to get to me. And so leaving what when I left, it was just perfect, perfect
It
timing.
was the best
Yeah.
choice and the best
The
decision.
timing was
Were you guys lucky with the weather, by the way?
we were, I would say, so it rained at a couple of the ports that we were at, but we were swimming.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, it's better to have a little bit of overcast weather
Yes,
because you're not
agree.
getting burned alive
Mm-hmm.
by the sun, and you get a little bit of coverage. You're wet anyway because you're swimming in the
No
ocean,
one
so a little
cares.
bit of rain doesn't really matter, right?
And they
So
probably have like umbrellas and
yeah,
stuff like that you can
when
take
you're
under.
when you're on the beach chairs, you're
Mm-hmm.
under the umbrella, so you're fine. And then when you're in the water, you're in the water, so it didn't really matter. And it was really nice.
It sounds like an amazing
Yeah.
vacation.
And
And
the
just like
ship,
some time get away from like all of this and
yeah,
just like to chill and
exactly.
reconnect.
Exactly. And the ship was really nice. I love this cruise line. This is the same cruise line I went to Europe
Mm-hmm.
with. Their food is amazing. The service, the quality of the just everything. Like there's an ice cream bar with really nice gelato flavors. And so every night just you just pop down for a scoop of ice cream. Right next to there is a pizza.
Dangerous,
I know.
dangerous.
Right next to there is a pizza place,
Mm-hmm.
and the you could just order a fresh pie anytime you want, and it's fresh. Like they make it to order.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And then they have this, they don't have any buffets, which is kind of different for cruises, but that's because the area where you can get the food, it's open basically 24 hours, but it's really nicely, everything is fresh. All the
Everything
food is
is,
fresh.
that's what I wanted to
And the
say.
food is such good
They
quality.
cook
There's
it just like on the
exactly.
spot.
There's a sushi stall, there's a burger stall, there's a what else do they have? They have a ramen, tacos.
Tacos,
It's great.
ramen
They
place
had
even.
ramen. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it was really, really nice.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
I think speaking of, we just recently came back from these trips,
Mm-hmm.
and it had me thinking, I've had some adventures. Both of us have a travel bug,
Oh,
right?
yes.
We're very seasoned travelers, I would say. And I,
Wide and far.
so many stories, so many things that I will always keep with me.
That would be so nice
And
to
so
share.
I want to hear some of
Yeah.
your kind of craziest travel stories.
So, craziest ones. I do have two stories. Maybe they're not like the craziest,
Hmm.
but they're pretty crazy. So, one story happened to me when I was in Thailand with my friend Alisa. She was on our podcast. She was
Hmm.
telling us about the importance of therapy.
Therapy.
Yes. And so we arrived to Thailand. We spent a couple of days in Bangkok and then we went to Koh Samui.
Yeah.
And when we were on an island, we rented an apartment from a Russian lady. Apparently, there are so many Russians there in Thailand who
Interesting.
live there and they have like their business by like renting apartments or cars to people and whatever. It was an amazing apartment, great one, and we paid for it like so little money, like crazy little amount of money for
Yeah.
that apartment. Things are cheap there. I
Yeah.
mean, they were in, oh my God, it was almost 10 years ago, 2016, yes.
Well,
But
sorry to interrupt, but when I went to Thailand, it was, I want to say like 15 years
oh,
ago, 20 years ago, maybe. It was a very long time
we
ago.
should stop
Anyway,
talking about
let's
the
not talk
years.
about how many
Yes.
years ago this was.
So our apartment was in a villa on a hill. So there
Hmm.
is like the island is very hilly. There are a lot of hills, and this hill is like in the middle of an island, and on top of it is the villa
Hmm.
where we lived, where we rented an apartment. And the first night we went out, we had to call a cab because we wanted to rent a car, but the car was supposed to come the next day. So we
No
rented
tuk-tuks?
no tuk-tuks. No, we did tuk-tuks in
Bangkok?
Bangkok. Yes, and we were scared to death that like
Oh,
we're
they're
gonna be
amazing. They're so much fun though.
they are, but we were scared that like they're gonna take us somewhere and like sell us for organs or worse, whatever. So
Yeah,
that was the
I
scariest
remember
part.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we took a taxi the first night. We stayed there, we called a cab, and then we went down to the city, blah, 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 spent some time there, called a taxi. It took us back home. But the next day we had a car and we were having a car and we are like, oh my God, we're free. So we took our car downhill. We went to the beach. We went for lunch. We went shopping. We went for dinner. We went this, this, this. And then as we were going home, we realized that we have no idea how to get home.
Oh no.
We have zero idea how to get home. And we do not have the cards, the
Sim.
local SIM cards to
Yeah.
call the lady and be like, help us.
Oh no.
So,
No
but we,
navigation?
no navigation, no nothing. So, what we do, we know that there is a road. We know the road, and we know there by the side of the road there was a cart, like a very old cart, like
Uh-huh.
for horses, like
Okay.
as a decoration with like some flowers in it. And we knew that like this is where we turn to the main road. So
Okay.
we have the idea, like the part of the road where we have to turn to go on the hill, but
Okay.
what turn it is, we have no idea. So we're going there uh, from the cart until like the hospital. And we're like, we definitely didn't pass the hospital. There was a huge building with the letters Bangkok Hospital. And we're like, it's definitely somewhere in between the hospital and the cart. So we're going back and forth, trying to find our way.
Oh my God.
We know the name of the hill. So we stopped by the side of the road. There was like some very poor people living there because there were children like literally like sleeping in a box, like a
Mm.
carton box.
Hmm.
And I was trying to talk to those people, but they couldn't speak English, of
Yeah.
course. And I was just like, okay, just telling them the name of the hill. And they're like, we have no idea what you're
Oh
talking about.
no.
So I'm like, you know what? Let's go find a phone somewhere to call the lady. So we see the gym on our way. And I'm like, okay, stop there. We go to the gym. The lady speaks English. I'm like, we're so sorry. We are in trouble. Do you know where this hill is? She's like, no idea. I'm like, can I use your phone? She's
Hmm.
like, of course. So I call the lady. The lady tells me, oh, it's so easy. You just go like, there will be a traffic light. I told her that we're at the gym. She's like, perfect. You're super close.
Okay.
Just go to the next traffic light. And at that traffic light, turn left. We're like, awesome. Thank you. We go all the way to the cart, no traffic light. We're like, what is happening? We're
Mm.
going back to the gym. The gym is closed. It's already like past 9.
Yeah.
It's
So
dark,
it's
pitch
dark.
dark. So what we do, we go to the hospital. I go to the ER and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Can I please use your phone? And the
Hmm.
lady's like, sure. But she didn't give me the phone. She's like, tell me the number. I will call, ask if they want to talk to you, like, that
Yeah. Yeah.
the whatever operator
Sure.
thing. So the moment like I'm waiting on the phone, the lady picks up and she's like, "Oh my God, what is happening? Why are you calling from the hospital?" Because of course they told her they're
Yeah.
like, "Hey,
This is
this
the
is the
hospital.
hospital. Like
Do you want
Helen
to talk
wants
to
to
this?
talk to you." And I'm like, "No, no, no, we're fine. We still cannot find the way." She's like, "Okay, go to the traffic light." I was like, "We did." She's like, "Oh, you know what? The traffic light is there, but it doesn't work. Hasn't been working for forever." I'm like, are you kidding me? So I'm coming back to my friend because she was in the car waiting, right? We
Hmm.
cannot leave the car. We finally found it. And when we came to our villa, very happy and relieved, I started like taking the bags from the back seat and I saw there like a big piece of paper and I'm like, what is this? I take it, it's a map. And
Oh, so you had a map.
on the map with a pen, it was like written, outlined the way
It
to
was there the whole
Hill.
time.
Yes.
Oh
But it
man.
was an adventure.
That
Yeah, that was very scary.
actually, I have a similar experience in the Philippines. So when I traveled to the Philippines, I traveled with a group of friends, but myself and another friend, we were traveling before, so we were traveling for a few days in another island. I can't remember the name of the
Hmm.
island before we met up with our friends in, I want to say Boracay. Maybe we were in Boracay. We flew into Manila.
Hmm.
My friend and I, we went to one of the islands, and then from the other island, we would meet all of our other friends in Boracay.
Hmm.
So we were at this island. We were having fun, enjoying all the food and the sights and the beaches and all of that stuff. And one day we decided to rent a motorcycle.
Do you ride?
I no, I do not ride a motorcycle. My friend, I think, drove a motorcycle once.
What?
I can't remember, but the rules there are pretty lax. So
Okay.
we saw this bike rental place.
Okay, I'm sorry. So only the rules would stop you? That was your main
I guess.
concern?
I guess. I don't ask.
Things
We
you do
were
when you're young,
we were
right?
young, frontal lobe had not been fully developed,
Yeah.
and this is the source of all my crazy stories. My frontal lobe was not fully developed, and that's what I blame it on. Anyway, we rent a bike. She goes, "Okay, you know what? Just let me ride up and down the street a few times if I feel safe riding. Let's go. Let's rent it and go." Okay, so we did it. She felt okay. So,
I'm so
the
sorry. Was it like a bike or a
a
scooter?
bike, like a vroom vroom, like
Mm-hmm.
revving the engine and
Harley
going. Yeah,
Davidson
yeah.
style.
So we rented the bike. The guy at the bike rental place recommended this lookout point on a hill and directed us how to get there because it was close by.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, great, let's go. We go up. Oh my gosh, beautiful, beautiful view. We took pictures, we enjoyed the sights, everything. Started to get dark. So we, lost track of
Oh
time.
God.
And the ride down was the scariest. I don't even know why we didn't think of just getting off the bike and walking down,
I
but
guess
we
because it
decided.
was very heavy.
Well, yes, but it would have been safer and faster, honestly,
Okay.
because both of us are on a bike going downhill. There's no road.
Yeah, it's like a dirt
It's
road, right?
dirt, it's a dirt road, and then there are a few like blocks of concrete
Mm-hmm.
that you can go down, but it's pretty bumpy, but it's very narrow. So we're trying to go down in the dark and then it becomes pitch
Oh
black.
my goodness.
And same thing. Yeah,
This
it
is
was it
scary.
was just one of those things where okay, I think we're pretty lucky to be alive. Also in
Sorry, did you guys celebrate the moment you got down?
it was more yeah, it was more just kind of oh my God, we're safe. We're alive.
Awesome. Oh,
We found the bike rental place and
uh-huh.
we
Got
were
rid of the
okay, that
bike
was
and
an
stuff.
adventure. Same trip. We met up with our group of friends and we made a trip out to Banaue.
Uh-huh.
Banaue it's like a 10-hour bus ride from Manila,
Hmm.
and they're most famous for their rice fields. It's
Hmm.
really beautiful. They're kind of layered rice fields on sides of
On the
mountains,
side, okay.
and you go hiking from the top of the mountain down to the bottom, and there's a beautiful waterfall. So basically, you start at, I believe you start at the top. They drive you up to the top of
Hmm.
the mountain,
And then you
and
go
then you
to
hike down the
hmm
rice paddies, and then there's a waterfall. They pick you up at the waterfall. They drive you back to the city. And the ride up, you go on a jeepney. Do you know what the jeepneys are
I
in
don't.
Phil? Basically, they're old jeeps that they have
Ah,
converted into public,
okay, because I was like, is it a Jeep? Kind of
kind
like a
of.
Jeep?
It's a Jeep, but they've converted it into public transportation
Hmm.
and whatever. So we go on a Jeepney, but everything is open. There's no windows, like everything is just open air.
And like
The
a
back,
carcass. Yeah.
yeah, the back, there's no door because that's where people just hop
Hmm.
on and off. So we get on the Jeepney, we're going up. At some point, we stopped because it's a very narrow road and it's right by the edge of the mountain. So the road is just enough to go through, and then it's a drop to the bottom. And
Is it like a serpentine as
yeah,
well? Hmm.
it curls up
Hmm.
and you have to stop at some point because if there's people coming down, you have to make way for them and maneuver. So at one point we had to stop. We had gotten off and the driver said, "Hey, you know what? A lot of people they ride on the top because it's a nice view. Do you guys want to try that?" And me, of course, let's go back to my frontal lobe. I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." Me and I think one other friend was brave enough to do it. We get on the top. There's nothing. There's no straps. There's just bars. You know where you strap your luggage?
Yes.
You sit on the top of the
You
jeepney. You
strap
just
yourself.
you don't even
No?
there's no straps. It's
No,
just
you said you strap your luggage, so you could have strapped yourself.
not even. It's just
Okay.
bar. It's just a one, two
Ooh.
bars on the side, and you basically just hold on to the bar.
Oh my God, my heart's palpitating.
So yeah, we get on the top and then we go the rest of the way up. It's literally there's nothing. There is nothing to stop me from like you look over and it's just drop all the way down. And I think I have a picture. Somebody took a picture of me up on the top of the jeepney and it's
I need to
and it's
see that
curvy.
picture. Oh
It's
my
curvy. So
goodness.
you're always curving into the left. So you're basically, I was holding onto this rod on the top of the car,
Hmm.
and then every time you curve, you look over and you
You were
see the
like,
drop. Yeah. That was really scary, but such a great adventure. We get to the top, beautiful, just so beautiful, going down the rice fields and the waterfall at the bottom. Again, beautiful. It was
wow, it,
such
it
a
was
nice trip.
worth it.
It was so worth it. I mean, the Philippines, so many stories. That was also when I went cliff diving for the first time.
Hmm.
We made friends with some locals in Boracay, and one person had a boat.
Oh, that's what I wanted. I remember the boat story.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he was just kind of like, "Hey, let's go. I can show you some deserted islands and stuff."
They're
So
like,
we
okay,
trusted
that's
the
not no
guy,
stranger.
totally trusted the guy. We're like, "Okay, let's go." Go to like random islands and we would just jump off and do some snorkeling or swimming around.
Hmm.
There was one island where he was saying that a lot of people you can just cliff dive on top.
Oh,
There's a
wow.
cliff.
Uh-huh.
And
Like a free
so,
diving.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So again,
Wow.
no like just
Sense of
no sense
self-preservation.
preservation, went cliff dive. And for me, I got scared. I actually did get scared. So you have to wear your shoes to go up to the top
Uh-huh.
where the cliff is. And then what you do is you take off your shoes, you throw them into the water, and then you dive down.
Okay.
Once you dive down, you swim, get your shoes, right? And so when we got up there, I was like, okay, this is too high. I can't do it. My friend behind me,
No.
he pushed me
No.
into the water. Yeah. And
Wow.
then threw my shoes in after. Yeah. So that was my first experience
That was
cliff
a very
diving.
sneaky
Yes,
move.
yes. But yeah, lots of crazy stories, prefrontal lobe.
Prefrontal lobe
Yeah.
crazy story. Yeah, see, I see that like my stories are crazy because like the danger might come from people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that I have any stories that like I was putting myself in danger.
Yeah. And unfortunately, this is just one trip. I, when I was living in Korea, I traveled a
Hmm.
lot
Hmm.
and I have so many stories of when I was traveling. I traveled kind of backpacking style to
Oh,
a lot of these
yeah.
countries. And so, yeah, tons of stories where I am just thankful that I'm alive.
You know, yes, I totally agree with you that after some experiences that we get, not only traveling, like throughout our life, it's like, wow, I can't believe that like I came out alive
I
out
know.
of this story.
Right?
Yeah, before we finish, I wanted to tell you another story that happened to me when I went to Italy a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So I was meeting my family there, but before my family arrived, I met up with my friend Roxy. She's going to be on a podcast soon.
Yes.
Little announcement. So she was staying there because she was doing a semester from Waterloo University
Yeah.
here in Canada, or she's studying to be an architect. So they have one semester in Rome, like the
Oh,
entire semester, and they
amazing.
took the whole what is it called? Like the whole group of students, whatever, from that year, and they take them there.
Probably best place to study architecture.
Yes. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I arrived, and the first day, I was traveling by, I don't remember, either Delta or something. So they had Wi-Fi for poor people on board.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh my God, look at me. I'm texting people, WhatsApping people while I'm like 10,000 feet in the air. So I'm texting her and I'm like, hey, I'm coming, blah, blah. And she's like, dude, somebody stole my phone. I don't have a phone. I'm like, oh my God. She's like, it's okay. I'll still meet you, of course, but like, I'm not in
Wait,
touch.
how were you able to text her if somebody stole her phone?
She was on the computer.
Oh, okay.
Yes, she
Got it.
was texting from the computer. Yes, this is important that she still had her computer and like some other gadgets.
Mm-hmm.
So the phone that was stolen was an iPhone. So of course it has like the find me option.
Yeah.
I arrived, we met up. She's so upset because not because of the phone, but because of all of the information and because she's abroad and like banking cards and
Yeah.
like blah, 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 like this whole shenanigans with it. So she tells me, I can see that my phone is still in Rome.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, we should go there. I'm like,
Find her phone.
yes. I'm like, okay. And what are we gonna like do? We're not gonna confront people. She's like, you know what? Just like, let's go and see,
Okay.
just like in the area. I'm like, okay. So we're hopping in the subway and we're going to like, God knows where, like the sketchiest part of Rome. Yeah, like coming to Rome and go like to see the sketchiest part, right?
Yeah.
It was even before I saw the Colosseum, to be honest, right?
Wow.
So we're going there. It's already dark. And we arrived and we are going like through from the subway to like that place through some like very sketchy neighborhoods, people speaking Italian all over, some like weird man looking at us, like two girls speaking like a different language, and we're walking there like so scared. So we come to a place and we see that this place is a phone store.
Oh,
So someone stole a phone and brought it
yeah. Probably
to
sold it there.
exactly, probably either sold it there or they have like their own like, sketchy business,
Yeah.
like whatever, they're accepting these stolen phones. And I'm telling her, listen, we're definitely not going in because, like, this is suicide. What are we going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Like, confront them and be like, we know that our phone is here. I'm like, we can call the police.
Okay.
So we're calling the police. The police is like, okay, we're going to find the translator for you. So they found the translator. We explained the situation to them, and they're like, we cannot do anything. You have to write the statement. Like a
Like a
statement? What is
report,
it?
file a
Like a
report?
report, exactly. You
Yeah.
have to file a report. And we're like, how do we do that? They're like, go to the closest gendarmerie. We're like, okay, so this is like a police station. So we found the closest police station. We go to that police station, and it's already like 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's always like dark and late. And we have just one phone, my phone, which is dying because we
Mm-hmm.
were using it the whole day for like navigation and calling and whatever. So we go there, and the guy is like, okay, sure, I'll take your report. And we were so lucky because the guy was Italian. But when he was young, he served for whatever reason in Ukraine for like 5 years.
Wow.
So he could speak like very, very, very little
Lucky.
Russian. Yes. So, and he was like, guys, like the chances are like minimal. But
Mm-hmm.
we're like, but we know where our phone is, like blah blah. He's like, I know, but like, trust
So you
me.
never got the phone
We
back?
never got the
Ah,
phone
that
back.
sucks.
Yeah. But it was scary.
That
It
is an
was scary,
adventure.
like being there, God knows where, and
Yeah.
trying like just the idea of like I don't know, because honestly, I think that, okay, maybe if my friend was alone, she wouldn't have gone there.
Yeah.
But I guess that if the other friend, who's me, if I was crazier and feistier, and if I said that, like, yeah, we should go and confront them, I guess that she would be like, yeah, sure, that's why we're here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And God knows what would have happened. But I'm here and alive, all good. My friend has a phone. I mean, the new one, but yeah.
So many stories,
So many
endless stories.
stories.
We should do a part two because I have so many more crazy things to
Yeah,
tell
me
you.
too. Me
So
too.
we'll do that
And
next
it's,
time.
I guess that like this is what the traveling is about, like seeing new places, but
Yeah.
also like reliving some crazy experiences that you would probably not live like in regular life in
Yeah.
the place where you live. Or maybe even if you experience them, they wouldn't be that crazy because you're like, I'm at home.
And
I know everything,
there'll be
right?
things that you'll carry with you for the rest of your
Yeah,
life. They're learning experiences.
yeah.
You know, you make mistakes, you learn never to do those things again. That type of
Exactly.
thing.
And it bonds you with the people, right?
Exactly.
That you relive these
Exactly.
experiences with. Yeah. Not like the guy who pushed you. I hate that guy.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not friends anymore.
Good,
But that's not
good,
the reason.
good.
But anyway, all right. So Please stay tuned for our language lab coming up
Yeah,
next.
see ya. Bye.
Stay tuned. We have the language lab coming up next.
Welcome back to Language Lab, and today we're unpacking the language from our travel episode and the one with a lot of questionable decisions and some excellent stories.
That's right. So think tuk-tuks,
Mm-hmm.
surprise weather, and at least one moment where our frontal lobes checked out
Totally,
or not fully developed.
completely.
Yeah.
Yep. So let us dissect the words that carried us across borders and occasionally into chaos.
That's right. So, first word is the word crane. You said that you saw some
Mm-hmm.
cranes when you were in Vancouver at the
Mm-hmm.
port. A crane is a large machine that's you can see them in
In
construction
construction
sites.
sites a lot.
So they're large machines used for lifting heavy objects, and they just basically pick up the heavy stuff and move them over to the construction site so that you can
Yeah.
build whatever you need to build.
And they're amazing to watch.
Yeah,
I love,
they're really cool.
yeah, looking at them. The next word that we have is the word flashback. And flashback, you hear it everywhere in the movies very often. And it is a sudden, vivid memory of some past events. It can be triggered by a smell, as we were talking about, or a song, or I don't know, airport anxiety.
And on
Sometimes it,
TV and in movies, you see flashbacks. So when a
uh-huh,
person goes back
true.
and there's like a little scene of when they were younger or in a previous thing, you call those flashbacks
Yep.
as well. The next word is anchor. And anchor is literally, when we're talking about an anchor, you're on a ship and it is a thing that we drop into the water so that the boat or the ship doesn't move.
Yeah, it's a break
It's a
for
basically, but we use it a lot to mean something that keeps us grounded or to
Mhm.
keep us stable. So, I don't know about you, but my emotional anchor is coffee.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah. The next word on the list is the word gear. And in the episode, we meant it as an equipment or supplies that needed for some kind of an activity. But also, the word gear has another meaning, like in the car where you have to change gears.
yeah.
It's also like the when you drive, not a manual, but what is it called?
Shift.
The shift one.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you have to change gears.
yes. And so you were talking about
I was talking about the equipment,
snowboarding gear, and then I was also talking about snorkeling gear. So
snorkeling gear.
it
Yeah.
actually came up a couple times
Mm-hmm.
in this episode. Coccyx. So coccyx is a part of your body and it is your tailbone. It's the bottom part
Mm.
of your spine,
Yep.
right? Yeah, so tiny little bone, but very important for your own personal comfort.
Ye-
Yeah,
The next is a wonderful expression, and it's an expression to be a natural
I'm a
at
natural.
something.
Yes.
Yes. You can tell someone, like, oh my God, you're a natural.
Hmm.
Or you can praise yourself and say, I'm a natural, which I actually did in the episode. So to be a natural means to be naturally good at something without effort or with like a very little effort and little instructions when you can complete the task that is needed or expected of you.
Yeah. So basically, you were born with this skill,
Mm-hmm.
is what it means. Maneuver. Maneuver means to move something carefully or with skill, is
Mm-hmm.
usually how it's used. So you can, I consider myself to be a good driver,
You are a
and
very good
I
driver.
feel like I can expertly maneuver my way through
Mm-hmm.
traffic.
Nice. That's a beautiful example. The next expression is to bask in. And to bask in, usually sunshine, means to enjoy something fully. But it's not only about the sunshine. You can bask in attention
Hmm.
or someone's love. It's a very great word.
Yes. League. League, I think we were talking about curling league. So
Curling
my
league.
aunt is in a
Mm-hmm.
curling league. A league is basically what it means is it's like a team, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like a team or a series of teams. So
Yeah,
when
like
you
a
have
group of teams.
exactly. So when you have different teams that are competing in one game, that's a league. So you can have a soccer league, a
Mm-hmm.
curling league, a baseball league.
Yeah, but you can also have like different levels of
Yes.
sport, and they're also called leagues,
Yeah, like
like first
amateur,
league, amateur league.
pro league, that
Mm-hmm.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
The next word is the word stance. And I believe that a couple of episodes ago, we used this expression as an opinion, like this is my stance on this
Yes.
situation. But in this episode, we use the word stance as a pose, meaning the way that you stand or how you position your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hannah was telling us about curling, and she used the word stance, that like you need to learn how to like position your body the correct
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
to push the stone.
And also, so recently I started practicing the violin again. And with when you play the violin, the stance is very important. So
Mm-hmm.
how you're positioning your body to play,
Mm-hmm.
it's also a very important
Nice.
thing. Next word, we have sightseeing. It's a pretty common word. It's used for when we are traveling. So when we sightsee, we go around and we see the sights. We see all of the famous places around that place, the location, and the city is basically what we call sightseeing. Around Toronto, we have those sightseeing buses, the
Mm-hmm.
sightseeing tours. So it's a big red double-decker bus, and you can jump on and sightsee around the city and then jump off whenever you want.
Yeah, great ones. So during the day, you might go sightseeing, but in the evening, usually you will go bar hopping. Very popular activity, and bar hopping means going from one bar to another in one night. This is like advanced stamina required for
Very,
this, and like you have to be a certain age to endure this activity,
yeah.
but this is a lot of fun.
And you can use it to for a lot of different things. So bar hopping is when you go around to different bars.
Mm-hmm.
You can do like club
Club
hopping.
hopping,
You can do, I don't know, store hopping.
beach hopping, like Hannah did on a
Beach
cruise.
hopping,
Yeah.
exactly. So it just means going, like, you're not just staying at one place, you're going
Mm-hmm.
from to di different places. Yes.
Correct.
And after a long night of bar hopping, you might want to have a little snooze. And a snooze is a short sleep, kind of like a nap,
Mm-hmm.
but snooze is basically when we say sleep. It's
Yes.
just another way to say sleep.
Or, and you might know this word, if, especially if you have an iPhone. I don't know if on Android this is the same
You're
thing
right.
with the alarm clock. When your alarm clock goes off, you can either turn it off or you can snooze it for 9 minutes. This is still a secret for me why it's 9 minutes, not 10. Yeah,
I have no
but yeah,
idea.
that's snooze. And also a very famous expression, you snooze,
You
you lose.
lose.
And as Hannah was telling us about beautiful beaches that she visited on a cruise, she used the expression that the word combination well kept. And well kept means very carefully maintained. So they're very clean. They are kept in a pristine condition. So this is something well kept. But not only about the beach, your apartment can be well kept, your car can be well kept.
Secrets can be well
Secrets
kept.
can be well kept, exactly. So when you're also being very discreet about something,
Yeah.
this is a well kept secret.
Yes. Turquoise. Beautiful color.
Very beautiful.
Turquoise is kind of this bright blue-green color. When you think of a Caribbean beach and when you think about the color of that water, that's turquoise.
That is.
It's such a nice color. I think just for your eye, when you see it with your eyes, it's such a nice, refreshing color to
Hmm.
see. Yeah.
The beautiful color. I hate the pronunciation and the spelling of the word.
Yeah, because when
I
you,
can never remember
yeah,
how to pronounce
it
it.
looks like it should be pronounced turquoise.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I get it.
So the pronunciation and the spelling of that word make me very agitated. And
Mm.
agitated is our next word. If you're agitated, you're nervous, upset, or restless. It's like, God forbid, if you lose your luggage at the airport or the airline loses your luggage and you're in one part of the world and your luggage, God knows where, it can make you feel very agitated.
And I feel like at the airport, people get more quickly agitated. I think it's just maybe the whole nerves of flying or
Yes,
something like
could
that.
be.
People generally get quickly agitated there
Hmm.
compared to other places. Overcast. I do like this word because it is a weather description. So it describes a type of weather, but I think it's a less commonly known word for ESL learners. So overcast, it's not raining, it's not sunny. It just means that there are clouds. So
Mm-hmm.
not the beautiful little fluffy white clouds that we see, on a blue sky.
Mm-hmm.
It's just when everything is gray.
The
That's
entire sky is
the
gray.
entire
Yeah.
sky is gray. That's overcast.
It's like literally over. Someone put like a gray paint all over the
Sky.
sky. I'm like, what are we putting
What is
paint
that thing?
over? Yeah. What is that blue huge thing over our heads? And the next word is the word seasoned, a beautiful word like all of our other words.
Yes.
And seasoned means experienced and skilled. You can say seasoned traveler,
Yeah.
seasoned teacher, seasoned professional. And I guess that it comes from the salad seasoning. I mean, I'm just blind
Food.
guessing here.
Yeah.
Food, yeah, because when you season your salad, it gives more like flavor
Yeah.
to food and salad and whatever. So maybe if you are a seasoned traveler, it means that like you're very well cooked and prepared.
Well prepared. I like that. I like that connection there. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this next word is it's pretty it's more regional for one place in the world, and these are tuk-tuks or tuk-tuks.
Tuk-tuks, I
Tuk-tuk.
believe.
A tuk-tuk is a small kind of taxi, like they are taxis, you can take them
Mm-hmm.
from one place to another, but they're open air. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not a car, it's almost like a golf cart, I want to
Like
say. I guess the
exactly.
closest thing to compare it to is a golf cart. It's a smaller open air type of vehicle that it can be it's super fun, but like you said, it can be a little bit wild and
Yeah.
sometimes dangerous,
In
and
some parts of the world.
you do have to bargain. So they don't go by meters like
Mm-hmm.
taxis do. You just kind of say, "Hey, I'll give you this much money if you take me from point A to point B."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I also wanted to add something that nowadays, of course, they are driven by like a motorcycle or something. But in the past, I believe in Japan, there were like people, actual people who would just like
Yeah,
be in the front and like
running.
running the
Yeah.
cart behind them. The next word is the word lax, and lax means not strict or not careful enough. And lax is basically short for relax.
Relax.
Yeah, so if you're lax, it means that you're totally chill, going with the flow, enjoying whatever is happening to you.
Yes. Next word, we mentioned it several times in the episode, and that is frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is a part of your brain that is responsible for decision making. And commonly known fact is that your frontal lobe doesn't fully develop until 23, 24, somewhere around that age. So people who are younger than that, they
Mm-hmm.
tend to make some questionable decisions,
Question
not
and rush decision.
super reasonable. And
Yeah.
then once that is developed, you start to make more rational decisions. So I personally, for me, like I can see a huge difference pre-frontal lobe development and post-frontal lobe development. I'm a different person, completely different person.
Very well
Yeah.
put. Yeah. The next word is the word palpitate.
Mm,
And usually you use this one when you talk about the way that your heart beats. And to palpitate means that your heart beats rapidly or irregularly.
yeah.
Doesn't mean that something's wrong with your heart. Sometimes when you are, I don't know, very agitated, or when you are on a roller coaster, or you are listening to a very exciting story, your heart can start palpitating
Yeah.
because you're getting either excited or worried or scared.
Sometimes it can be used in a serious way. So when you go to the
Oh,
doctors or the
definitely.
hospital, it's a symptom of,
Yes.
some heart condition. So
Yes.
you would say, I've been getting random heart
Palpitations.
palpitations.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Self-preservation. Self-preservation. We know the word preserve, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Preserve means to protect or to keep same quality of. So when we say self-preservation, it's this kind of instinct to protect yourself from harm in any way. So it can be physical harm, mental harm, emotional harm. That's self-preservation.
It's I don't know if you guys have ever tried bungee jumping or rope jumping.
Yeah.
And when you're standing like on the whatever height you are about to jump, and the voice that is screaming in your head not to do it, this is your self-preservation instinct. Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Confront. Beautiful word. I love it so much. Don't very much like the action. To confront means to face something or someone directly. Like if you have an issue with someone and if you confront them, it means that you sit side by side or in front of each other and you tell that person what bothers you.
Yes.
This is to confront something,
Yes.
someone, sorry. Or you can confront some situation or your problems, issues, whatever,
Yeah.
or the work you don't want to do.
I'm very non-confrontational.
Mhm.
I don't like to confront things, especially uncomfortable conversations that you might want to have with somebody. Lastly, we have the word feisty. To be feisty is to describe somebody who is energetic and bold and
Mhm.
fiery, sassy. This type of person is oh yeah, very feisty. They have
Very
a feisty
feisty.
personality. Yeah.
Love it. And on this feisty note, we are going to finish with our language lab. So, travel teaches you a lot, especially about your limits, about your patience, and sometimes about your coccyx, as
That
we found out.
that is very true.
Mhm.
So, whether you are seasoned with vocabulary or just getting started, keep exploring, keep learning, and
Podugate
podugate yourself.
yourself.